When we think of the Bible, we think of stories and accounts that happened a long time ago, from the creation of the world, to the flood, to Moses leading the children of Israel out of Egypt, to the events of Daniel and of Christ when he came to this earth and his disciples and the Apostle Paul. And we talk about, well, back in Bible times, or some event might happen on this earth, and we compare it to biblical proportions. This flood was so bad, it's like a biblical proportion. But don't you know that today, in the day that we're living, we're still living in Bible times? That there's events in prophecy that still have not been fulfilled, and that can possibly be fulfilled during our lifetime? So let's open the Bible and see what it has to say about living in biblical times today. There's a new leader of the Catholic Church. His name is Robert Prevost, who is an American who has been elected Pope Leo XIV. This has been a surprise to most. It was not thought that he was even in the running to become Pope. But they have chosen this American cardinal to lead the Catholic Church. And what does the world think of this? Well, let's look and see. This is Donald Trump, the President of the United States. He says, "It is such an honor to realize that he's the first American Pope. What excitement, and what a great honor for our country. I look forward to meeting Pope Leo XIV. It will be a very meaningful moment." This is Secretary of State Marco Rubio of the United States. This is what he says. "This is a moment of profound significance for the Catholic Church, offering renewed hope and continuity amid the 2025 Jubilee year to over 1 billion faithful worldwide. The United States looks forward to deepening our enduring relationship with the Holy See, with the first American pontiff." This is Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He says the election of Pope Leo XIV was a profound moment of joy for Catholics in the United Kingdom. Pope Leo is the first American Pope. This is a momentous moment. As Pope Francis' papacy showed, the Holy See has a special role to play in bringing people and nations together to address the major issues of our time, especially on climate change, alleviating poverty, and promoting peace and justice across the world. This is Mark Carney, Prime Minister of Canada. He declares this to be a historic moment for the Catholic community. He goes on to say, "Canadians offer best wishes to His Holiness Pope Leo XIV as he begins his papacy. At a time of profound global challenges, may his pontificate be marked by wisdom, discernment, a deep commitment to common good, and dignity of all. Canada looks forward to working with His Holiness to build a world guided by solidarity, justice, and sustainability." This is Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum. This is what she says. "Prevost's ascension to Pope reaffirms our humanistic commitment to promoting peace and prosperity in the world." Vladimir Putin, the President of Russia, he says this, "Please accept my heartfelt congratulations on your election as Pope. I am confident that the constructive dialogue and interaction established between Russia and the Vatican will continue to develop on the basis of the Christian values that unite us. I wish you, Your Holiness, success in fulfilling the high mission entrusted to you, as well as good health and well-being. This is the President of Brazil, President da Silva. This is what he says. I hope he continues the legacy of Pope Francis, whose main virtues were the incessant search for peace and social justice, the defense of the environment, dialogue with all peoples and all religions, and respect for the diversity of human beings. We do not need wars, hatred, and intolerance. We need more solidarity, more humanism. We need love for our neighbor, which is the foundation of Christ's teachings. This is the Chinese Foreign Minister spokesperson, Lin Jian. We hope that under the leadership of the new Pope, the Vatican will continue to have dialogue with China in a constructive spirit, have in-depth communication on international issues of mutual interest, jointly advance the continuous improvement of the Chinese-Vatican relations, and make contributions to world peace, stability, development, and prosperity. This is the President of Ukraine. He says Ukraine deeply values the Holy See's consistent position in upholding international law, condemning the Russian Federation's military aggression against Ukraine, and protecting the rights of innocent civilians. At this decisive moment for our country, we hope for the continued moral and spiritual support of the Vatican in Ukraine's efforts to restore justice and achieve a lasting peace. I wish His Holiness Leo XIV wisdom, inspiration, and strength, both spiritual and physical, in carrying out his noble mission. Congratulations to His Holiness Pope Leo XIV on his election to the See of St. Peter and the beginning of his pontificate. This is Prime Minister Meloni of Italy. This is what she has to say. I extend my most sincere wishes to Pope Leo XIV for the beginning of his pontificate. In a time marked by conflicts and unrest, his words from the Laga of Blessings are a powerful call for peace, fraternity, and responsibility, a spiritual legacy that follows in the path traced by Pope Francis, and which Italy regards with respect and hope. Here are the words of French President Emmanuel Macron. A historic moment for the Catholic Church and its millions of faithful. To Pope Leo XIV, to all Catholics in France and around the world, I send a fraternal message. On this May 8th, may this new pontificate bring peace and hope. This is Israeli President Herzog. This is what he has to say. I send you my warmest wishes from the holy city of Jerusalem. We look forward to enhancing the relationship between Israel and the Holy See, and strengthening the friendship between Jews and Christians in the Holy Land and around the world. May your papacy be one of building bridges and understanding between all faiths and people. May we see the immediate and safe return of the hostages still held in Gaza and a new era of peace in our region and around the world. This is the President Ramaphosa of South Africa. This is what he has to say. Profound moment for the Catholic Church, as well as the global community. The country wishes the new Pope a blessed and transformative papacy. Pope Leo XIV's early emphasis on peace is a call that resonates with most of humanity and is one that honors the legacy of the late Pope Francis. May the ceremonial white smoke that signaled the consensus of the conclave prevail over the dark plumes of military bombardments affecting various regions of the world today. This is Prime Minister Modi of India. He says, I convey sincere felicitations and best wishes from the people of India to His Holiness Pope Leo XIV. His leadership of the Catholic Church comes at a moment of profound significance, advancing the ideas of peace, harmony, solidarity, and service. India remains committed to continued dialogue and engagement with the Holy See to further our shared values. This is the Prime Minister of Greece. This is what he has to say. Congratulations to Pope Leo XIV. Your leadership comes at a time when the world faces profound challenges, but also great opportunities for unity, compassion, and dialogue among peoples and faiths. This is the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. This is what he has to say. Your Holiness Pope Leo XIV, I warmly congratulate you on your election as head of the Catholic Church. You give hope and guidance to believers worldwide and are an anchor for justice and reconciliation. I wish you strength, health, and God's blessing. This is from the President of the Republic of Kenya. He says, congratulations to His Holiness, Pope Leo XIV, on your election as the 267th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. May your papacy be a shining light of love, hope, and compassion. May it uplift the poor, give voice to the voiceless, heal divisions, and steadfastly champion peace, justice, and the sanctity of human dignity around the world. May your leadership inspire faith, unity, and moral renewal today and for generations to come. Congratulations. This is the President of Lebanon. Congratulations to the Church and the world on the election of Pope Leo XIV. We pray to God to grant him health, well-being, and wisdom to lead the Church during this important phase of its history, and to grant him success in his efforts to spread the message of love and peace throughout the world, to promote dialogue between different religions and cultures, and that his reign be filled with achievements that serve all of humanity. And there are many more congratulations from world leaders throughout the world. Notice the common theme. They're looking to this Pope to establish peace and solidarity through the world, to address what they view as the current crisis in the world. Justice, the environment, and bringing people together to stop the spread of war and instead spread peace throughout the world. It was in February 20, 1798, that Pope Pius VI was captured and arrested and put in prison by General Berthier under the orders of Napoleon Bonaparte. What a change since 1798. This is what the Bible says about this in Revelation 13, 3 and 4. And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wandered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? That deadly wound that the papacy received in 1798 appears to be healed. And all the world is wandering after the beast. But there's also another beast in Revelation 13. In Revelation 13, 11 and 12, it says this, And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which do dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. The second beast is none other than the United States of America. Its 2 horns represent civil and religious liberty. No pope and no king. But this prophecy predicts that he's going to cause the earth and those that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. This papal head who had a wound and was healed. What an opportunity in the history of this world, like no other, is primed for the fulfillment of these prophecies. We have an American Pope for the first time, and all the world is looking to him to help bring peace on the earth, to save the environment, to bring social justice to the world. Revelation 13:14, talking about this two-horned beast, which represents the United States, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. So this prophecy is saying that the United States will create an institution, an image that is like that papal power. And they will cause all them that dwell on the earth to worship that beast. When you consider these prophecies of Revelation 13, you realize that we're still living in biblical times, that these things are yet to be completely fulfilled. And the world has not had a better opportunity in the current time we live in for these things to be fulfilled. This was what Matthew 24:42 and 44 says. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, if the good man of the house had known in which watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. What's going to happen in the next few months or the next few years? I don't know. I'm not a prophet. I can't predict what's going to happen. But if you pay attention to the Bible and understand these prophecies, you can see that the time is ripe for these things to occur, having this American papal power in place, and the United States coming back into its power as the leader of the world. I hope you continue to study these things, consider these things, but most importantly, don't wait. Be ready now. Be ready for Christ to come again. Have your life in order. Be obedient to God and His Word. Live your life like He's coming tomorrow. And may God continue to bless you as you study His Word.